Welcome back. Ask the Expert continues. David Martinek's here from Recycle Frog. Are there other questions I should ask, David? The process is one.
The process
what
is
process
one.
you use?
Yep. What are you basing your payouts on? What percentage do you pay out? Very good questions to ask. Now again, they're going to throw out numbers and they may be somewhat meaningless. I always say, when you're asking an intelligent question, look at how they're responding to you. If they start sort of hesitating or they're nervous about that question, well, it should be a yellow flag. Maybe not a full-on red flag, but look at how they interpret their body language as much as what they're actually saying to you.
Right,
so
right.
It's like anything. Use common sense, use your instincts, and if you feel good about who you're talking to and who you're dealing with, then you know what, that's part of the whole experience. If
it feels a little shady, it probably is.
It probably is. Yep. Yeah, except a lot of these guys are super slick now, so it's getting harder and harder.
Like it's like internet hackers and computer hackers and so on.
Absolutely.
They're so smooth, it's incredible.
You never see them coming.
The question I had, like you went to check out one, and it really wasn't legit, to be honest with you, because you weren't satisfied when you left there with what they had to offer, right?
Right. Well, I was actually angry for the consumers that were actually accepting their offers.
Exactly. But there are other good guys out there like yourselves, like Recycle Frog.
There are. More and more. I think since we entered the industry about 6 years ago, I think we pushed the bar up so high that if you were way at the bottom, you've disappeared for the most part. The really bad guys, I think, for the most part, have disappeared. And what you're left with is, a group of people that are either very good or getting better. And if you're not getting better, you're probably going to disappear. And that's a good thing for the consumer because you're not getting 10 cents on the dollar anymore. You're getting probably on average 40 or 50 cents. So that's an improvement. It's still not great. You should be getting 65 or 70 cents on the dollar or better if you can. But but if you're not getting, if you're getting 50 cents instead of 10 cents, you're certainly better than you were before.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is getting better.
There's no question about that.
Mm-hmm.
As a business, we do have an email question coming up. As a business that is permanently here in Ottawa.
Right.
It certainly behooves you to be upfront and honest with your customers. Otherwise,
you're right. So that's maybe another question you can ask is, do you have permanent offices and where are they?
Yeah.
The guys that were in from Toronto, they do have permanent offices, but they're in Toronto. I wonder, I might go out to Toronto and actually test whether they pay better in Toronto because they're in their own community, in their own backyard. And when they come into a place like Ottawa, they pay a little bit less because they don't have the vested interest here.
Yeah, and by the way, anybody can set up a website.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
So do your homework. It's easy to do.
And they can look fantastic.
Yeah.
So
let's get to our email question. Who would be the best company to take coins to? I have 50-cent pieces as well as silver dollars. I'm concerned that I will be taken advantage of. Now, people can come to your events with coins, correct?
Sure.
And you can point them in the right direction?
So there's a couple of things. If you've got a lot of coins, and we've had people come in to some of our events with literally buckets of coins. You can do that for sure. I would recommend you come in at the end of it so we can actually take the time, and go through all those coins. Whoever you go and see, whether it's us, whether it's anybody else, the person you want to see or the company you want to deal with is the company that's going to take the time to sort between your collector coins and your scrap coins. And that's what we do. We're not going to buy coins that have significant value beyond their melt value.
Right.
But when we
because that's what you do.
That's right. We'll buy those to recycle them. But we're looking for, what we'll sort out are the coins that actually have some real value beyond that, and then we're going to refer you to an excellent coin dealer who can pay you more for those coins, pay you fairly for those particular coins.
And again, these are reputable people that you've dealt with for a long time.
And we had somebody on recently, I worked at the Royal Canadian Mint, and I've dealt with coin dealers in the past and coin collectors, and this guy is top notch. I've never met anybody who knows more about coins or is as fair with customers. So, again,
he was fair with us.
Yeah.
That's for sure, and we had a lot of coins to deal with. Okay, we do have a question on the telephone. John is on the phone. John, good morning. How are you? Hello, John. You there?
Yes, hi.
Hi, how are you? John,
good, and you?
Good. You have a question about silver?
Yes, I do have a question about silver. Just wanting to know. Yes.
Go ahead.
How much is a gram of silver worth nowadays?
Well, good question.
A gram is a fairly small amount, so we always base it on the price of silver. So you've got an ounce of silver is worth roughly $32.25 for an ounce. You have 31.1 grams in an ounce, in a troy ounce. and then we pay 70% of the value of that on the spot price of that. So if I did the math, you're looking at roughly sort of 70 cents per gram.
John should investigate that before he goes to see anybody, though.
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So again, you can do that math fairly quickly. Look at the price of silver today, $32 roughly an ounce, divided by 31.1, and then multiply it times 0.925 for sterling silver at 92.5, and then times 0.7. So it's a little bit of a mathematical equation, but you can always call us and we'll help you with that math.
If you want to get in touch with Recycle Frog, here's the information. David, thank you once again. Please point out where your events are today.
Perth Manor from 11 to 5, and then we're also at the Southway Inn in Hunt Club.
In Hunt Club,
yes.
Right near the airport. Not hard to find at all.
Yep.
Listen, David's been willing to answer questions, and always willing to answer questions. So feel free when you go into these events to ask those questions. That's it for Ask the Expert this time around with Recycle Frog. We'll be back. More cooking and fashion on the way on CTV Morning Live.